Hello guys, it's a three-part of public administration and the Indian government. The chapters, yes. So third parts of the MCQ, which has been already asked by UPSC in a prelims as well as the mains also. So here first see first 26 number questions that yes, they consider the following the statements in the function of the finance commission. What is the function of the finance commission? As we know that they decide that how much the revenue they have to allocate. The finance commission has to allocate a state and how much fund they will allocate to the central government, as we know. So actually it's a finance commission that is going to decide. So here the 26 number question is going to be definitely yes, which one a can be see to allow the withdrawal of the money out of the consolidated fund. No, this is not a designation, so it will be absolutely wrong, so my dear. So a is eliminated, so this gone and this gone, my dears. Now we will here see 3 is absolutely correct. No need to read the 3 options, only 2 and 4. So to see to allocate between the estate share of the proceeds of the taxes, definitely no doubt this would be. So 2 is absolutely correct, as we know now, and 3 is already correct, so B will be option, no need to. And if we go through the 4, then to supervise and the report on whether the union or the state government are laying the tax in is accordance with the budgetary provision. That is not of course the function of the finance commission. 4 will be wrong. So now 26, of course, to 27 now. They consider the following the statement in the election college for presidential election in India, as we know here. See the value of the vote of an elected member of the legislative assembly equal yes state population by number of the elected MLA of the state yes into 100. So 27 number. No, that is not the correction here, as we know, because of the 27, the value of the vote of an elected MLA equal to a state population and the number of the elected MLA of the state into 1000. Remind you that. So here this is absolutely wrong. Here will be 1000, my dear. It's a given 100. So that is absolutely wrong. So 1 will be eliminated, gone and gone. Now 50-50 chances. Now the value of the vote of an elected member of the parliament equal to the vote of all the elected MLAs and the total of the elected MPs. Of course that is 2 is absolutely correct. 3 will be wrong. Why it is so? Because they are the more than 1,000 member in the latest election. That is not going to be a 3 correct here. So here will be the answer. Now third number question, see here. Yes, the consider of the following statement. The consider of the following statement while the member of the Rajya Sabha are associated with committee on the public account or public undertaking member of the committee on estimated are drawn entirely from the Lok Sabha. So as we know, absolutely it has been correct. And 2 is that the Minister of the Parliamentary Affairs works under the overall direction of the Cabinet Committee on the Parliamentary Affairs. So that is absolutely correct. As 1 2 will be correct. So the 1 2 1 2 of course. So we have a yes 1 2. So this will be gone, of course, my dear, and this will be gone also. Now 50-50 chances. Let's see 3 is going to correct or not. The Minister of the Parliamentary Affairs, the committee, yes, the member of the Parliamentary Committee, Council or Board, yes, and the commission etc. set up by the government of India in the various ministry. No, that is absolutely wrong, my dear. So 1 2 is going to be correct, so we will choose the 21 is going to be A here. Now next question, 29. Survey of India is a ministry of which department? As we know that, no need to tell you that Survey of India is under the Ministry of Science and Technology. Of course, 29 article. See, sorry, the 29 is equal to T. Because why? Survey of India, as we know that, National Survey and Mapping Organization of the country under the Department of the Science and Technology is the oldest scientific department. Yes, department of the government of India. Yes, it was set up in 1767, my dear. While in India there was British rule. 30 numbers. They consider the following task: the superintendence, direction and the conduct of free fair election. Free elections. 30 is going to be here. Firstly, let's read a choice option here. As we know that A is correct here, so we will eliminate here B, definitely. Now we have a 70%. Now 20% reduce the chances, of course, to incorrect. So now C. As we know, the preparation of the election tolls for all election to the parliament and state legislature and the office of the president and the vice president. So as we know that 2 is absolutely here correct. 2, of course, it's the correct, so 2 is also correct, so 3 gone here. And yes, and as we know, let's see, firstly 3, sorry, here I will make the here, and let's see, and the 4 is going to be I mean 2 is correct here, but let's see, firstly 3. As we know, 3 is going to be giving the recognition to the political parties and allotting the election symbol to the political parties and the individual contesting the election. That is also correct, my dear. Of course. So 1 to 3 will be here valid options. So let's see, 1 to 3. Of course, we have 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 3. That is A. Why not the 4? Because the proclamation of the final verdict in the case of the election dispute. See, proclamation of the final verdict in the case of election dispute is which one of the following above are the function of the Election Commission of India. So any dispute where there's a in an election that is not going to be solved by the Election Commission. Of course, this problem can be solved by only one in the judiciary, by Supreme Court or the High Court. So definitely 4 is absolutely wrong here. So my dears, we have the choice only one, that is going to be A here. Yes, 30. The why is because as we know that in the High Court, not the Election Commission is the High Court, and not the Election Commission is the final authority to give the final verdict in the case of the election dispute. This is not a responsibility and designation of the Election Commission. Of course, the High Court can play a role. Yeah, Supreme Court can play a role to solve the dispute, the problem. So 30. 31 is the consider of the following instrument. Lok Sabha. A speaker of the Lok Sabha has the power to adjourn the House. Yes, House, the signed die, but on prorogation, it is only the president who can summon the House. 31 is going to be, as we know that, absolutely A is absolutely wrong. Why it is so? Because the speaker of the Lok Sabha has the power to adjourn the House in or die, but on progression, it is the only the president who can summon the House. No, that is not a Lok Sabha speaker can also summon. So that is one is absolutely incorrect. Now, unless the sooner dissolve or there is an extension of the term, there is an automatic resolutions of the Lok Sabha by yes flux of the time at the end of the period of 5 years. Yes, even if no formal order of yes resolution is issued by the president. Definitely it is absolutely correct. And the 3, the speaker of the Lok Sabha continues office the ban after resolution of the yes house until immediately before the first meeting of the house. So definitely this question, this option was that yes once again asked by UPSC in 2018 examination also, my dear. That's why I'm telling you that the concept will be same, but that will make you analytical in the indirect way, but he will ask that concept will be your the same, that in this year also in the polity, in administration, as well as the Indian government system, there was a question set up that is the speaker of the Lok Sabha continue his office even after dissolution of the house or not. So definitely they can, of course, until immediately before the first meeting of the houses, definitely. So we will be here the correct, no doubt, dear. 23 is going to the correct. 32 number question. See, reason the following the statement is not correct means we have to yes question which one is going to be a wrong. 32 number questions. See, 32, as we know that in a Lok Sabha, no confidence motion has to sit up out of the ground on which it is best. No, that is not the mention, so it's wrong. Definitely in the case of the no confidence motion in a Lok Sabha, no condition of accessibility have been laid down in the rules. No, there is a condition, my dear, then we can. So as we know, there is a condition, but one thing that, see, once again, in the case of the no confidence motion in the Lok Sabha, no condition of accessibility have been laid down in the rules. So it's going to be a correct, my dear, of course, because it has been already given no condition of the accessibility have been laid down in the rules. So yes. Now third, the motion of the non-confidence motions, no confidence once admitted has to be taken up within 10 days of leaving granted. Definitely it's absolutely correct. And the Rajya Sabha yes is not in the power to certain the motion of the yes, definitely non-confidence motion cannot be taken in the Rajya Sabha, as we know that. So it's absolutely correct. So you have the choice only one. The A is going to be incorrect here. Why is it? Because in the Lok Sabha elections, no confidence motion has to be the seat out on the ground on whereas 8 is best. Yes, it's absolutely wrong. Why it shows? Because in case of non-confidence motion, there is no need to sit out of the ground on yes. Whereas it is best, non-confidence motion is introduced only Lok Sabha, as we know that, by opposition. Yes, needs the support yes not less than 50 member of yes Lok Sabha for its introduction. If less than 50 member, they cannot introduce non-confidence motion into the Lok Sabha. It cannot be introduced. Remind you that in a Rajya Sabha. All right. Next, proceed. 30 number, the resolution for the removing of the vice the president of India can be moved in the 33 number, of course, is going to be a D, that Rajya Sabha alone. Because vice the president, that is a chairman, of course he is the chairman of the Rajya Sabha na? So that's why especially Rajya Sabha alone that can, of course, resolution for the remove the vice the president can be moved in only one, especially in a Rajya Sabha alone. D. 33 is going to D because it has been declared the mention in the Article 67. 67 remind it that yes, it has been clearly mentioned in the Indian Constitution Article 67 that yes, Rajya Sabha alone can, of course, can pass the resolution for the removal of the vice the president of India. So D. Now 34. 34 number question. See, with reference to the Constitution of India, which one of the following is not correct match? Correct match, not correct match. 34 number. 34 number. See, forest forest can be concurrent list? Do you think that forest, as we know that let me inform theirs the stock exchange under the union list, and as we know not under the concurrent list. So a stock exchange C under the union list. So B is absolutely not correct. So it will be here, B will be correct answer, because here the asking that not correct match. So B, stock exchange is coming under the union list. Remind you that. And as we know that forest entry under the 17A, and post office saving bank entry 39, and public health under the entry of the, as we know, 6. So these all are going to be the correction. Definitely forest, as we know that is the coming the concurrent list. Concurrent list, you know, we have the 3 lists: state list, union list, concurrent list. Concurrent list is going to be the central government. As we know, state list is going to be a, you know, that is your state, and as we know that the union list is going to be for both. So here concurrent list is going for central government. As we know, a stock exchange is coming the union government. So union government, so it will be wrong. So it's B is going to be here absolutely correct, B. And third one, the post office, that is the union list, of course. And yes, the post office, the saving bank, that is union list, and public health, and that is the company, of course, in the state list. These all are the correct here, but this will be union list, union, of course, union list. Now see 35 number, the consider the following the statements: the highest deciding the body for the planning in the India is the Planning the Commission of India. 35 is going to, yes, the one is absolutely incorrect, because the highest deciding the body for the Planning Commission in the India is Planning Commission of India. No, that is not the highest deciding. So absolutely wrong. Will be eliminate of the one, A gone. Now definitely the, my dear, here C, I mean C, 2 number option, that's the Secretary of the Planning Commission of India is also Secretary of the Nation Development Council, of course, and that is absolutely, 2 is absolutely. So I mean we have 3 gone here, because 2 is absolutely correct here. So as we know, now third, the constitution include the economy and social the planning in the concurrent list. Yes, social economy the planning, that is coming under the 7th schedule, yes, in the concurrent list. So we will be here correct, and 35 number will be correct. Why? Once again I repeat, my dear, the highest decision making body for planning in the India is a parliamentary. Remind you that National Development Council is at the 2nd position, and Planning Commission is a 3rd level for yes, decision making, yeah, for plan. So remind you, the first is a parliamentary, second is a National Development Council, third is a Planning Commission. Yes, is at the Planning Commission is at 3rd position. Yes, social and economy planning is an entry in, as we know that, concurrent list. In a concurrent list, entry number 20. So that is absolutely here, we will be correct. So thank you guys, this is all about only 10 question in this video tutorial. I will proceed next public administration as well as the Indian government, the multiple the choices of question, which is VBI, of course, the very important for your prelims of 2019. So thank you guys.